Hello, good morning. I am Christiani Jane Cananigo, your speaker for today about the dilemma of teenage pregnancy. I used to think and still looking for some answers. Why teenagers are fearless in facing teenage pregnancy? Why there are teenagers who are brave enough in engaging pre-marital sex even if they already know what are the possible consequences? Why aren't they mindful enough to those things? And why aren't they terrified of the idea of being pregnant at early age? I bet some are surely not that educated enough, but I also bet that many of them are much educated but are so confident enough that they already know what to do but still fail. So one of the most asked question is, what are the causes of this outgrowing global problem? So according to World Health Organization, adolescent pregnancy are more likely to occur in marginalized communities commonly driven by poverty and lack of education and employment opportunities. In many societies, girls are under pressure to marry and bear children early. In less developed countries, at least 39% of girls marry before they are 18 years of age and 12% before the age of 15. In many places, girls choose to become pregnant because they have unlimited educational and employment prospects. Often, in such societies, motherhood is valued and marriage or union and childbearing may be the best of the limited options available. Adolescents who may want to avoid pregnancies may not be able to do so due to knowledge gaps and misconceptions on where to obtain contraceptive methods and how to use them. Adolescents face barriers to accessing contraception, including restrictive laws and policies regarding provision of contraceptive based on age or marital status, health worker bias, and or lack of willingness to acknowledge adolescents' sexual health needs and adolescents' own inability to access contraceptives because of no knowledge, transportation, and financial constraints. Additionally, adolescents lack the agency or autonomy to ensure the correct and consistent use of a contraceptive method. An additional cause of unintended pregnancy is sexual violence, which is widespread with more than a third of girls in some countries reporting that their first sexual encounter was coerced. Another question is, what are the health consequences of early pregnancy? So according to World Health Organization again, early pregnancies among adolescents have major health consequences for adolescent mothers and their babies. Pregnancy and childbirth complications are the leading cause of death. Death among girls aged 15 to 19 years globally, with low and middle income countries, accounting for 99% of global maternal deaths of women aged 15 to 49 years. Adolescent mothers aged 10 to 19 years face higher risk of eclampsia, puerperal endometritis, and systemic infections than women aged 20 to 24 years. Additionally, some 3.9 million unsafe abortions among girls aged 15 to 19 years occur each year, contributing to maternal mortality, morbidity, and lasting health problems. Early childbearing can increase risk for newborns, as well as young mothers. Babies born to mothers under 20 years of age face higher risk of low birth weight, preterm delivery, and severe neonatal conditions. In some settings, rapid repeat pregnancy is a concern for young mothers, as it presents further health risks for both the mother and the child. And the last question is, what are the social consequences? So according to the World Health Organization, again, social consequences for unmarried pregnant adolescents may include stigma, rejection, or violence by partners, parents, and peers. Girls who become pregnant before the age of 18 years are more likely to experience violence within a marriage or partnership. Adolescent pregnancy and childbearing often leads girls to drop out of school. Although efforts are underway, is some place to enable them to return to school after childbirth. This may will jeopardize girls' future education and employment opportunities. So, I'm going to share my knowledge and the lessons I learned as an advocate. I am a member of Naga Adolescent Health and Youth Development Advocates, also known as NIDA, an organization in City of Naga, my hometown, under the Population Commission that educates youths about STDs or HIVs, family planning, and teenage pregnancy, which is what we are talking about today. So we were also taught about the facts of teenage pregnancy here in the Philippines. According to the CNN Philippines, the POPCOM cited the latest data from the Philippine Statistics Authority, which revealed that Filipino minors who gave birth in 2019 increased to 62,510 from 62,341 in 2018. And this is the ninth consecutive year that the country has reported a rise in teenage pregnancies. In our organization, we promote not to engage in premarital sex, but it is also evident that we cannot stop the curiosity of the youths today and causes of this global problem. So if we cannot stop it, we will educate them with the possible consequences and the new programs of Population Commission, which is educating youths about the contraceptions to never get pregnant. There are many contraceptions, but I will give you the 5 letters that are easily to remember. So those are A, B, C, D, E, which is A stands for abstinence, which means learning to say no. And if you can say no, that's a different kind of story that needs other actions. And then B stands for be faithful, of course, to your partner, so it will not be difficult to know who the real father is. Kidding aside, then C stands for condom. And I guess all of you know what's condom and how to use it. Then D stands for don't. Don't use drugs to avoid making unsure decisions. And lastly is the E that stands for education, which is what we are doing here today. So ever since I developed the maturity in me, I found the dream of becoming a mommy someday. Thanks to him, I never got pregnant early, and now I'm 21. I think it's not early anymore. My mom always shared to me how painful and exhausting pregnancy is, but I'm really sure about the dream I have for my future family and, of course, for making myself whole. Today, I and my partner are dreaming and planning to what we want our family to become and working our butts to reach our goals someday. I saw this quote from spiritualcleansing.org, which states that I will meet you someday in God's perfect time. And it just hits me that this is what we are always praying for. The fruit of our genuine love, that hopefully it will all come true in our perfect time and, of course, in His perfect time. Thank you.